Good evening, Rachel.
Good evening, Sara.
Thank you for joining me tonight.
Yes, it's a pleasure.
Now, this is a new podcast, a new venture, if you will.
Things are getting serious. Things are heating up between us, you know?
They are, and I can't wait to see where this goes.
Yeah, hopefully it lasts a long time.
We're holding hands at the moment. You can't see it, but...
Yeah, Sarah's on top of me right now. We're actually sharing a microphone.
Fingers are interlocked.
Yeah.
Gently caressing my thumb with her thumb. My
You're
nail just
scratching the dry skin off of my hand right now.
I love that. There's nothing more romantic than having a little piece of your partner with you. And by that I do mean skin flakes.
Yeah, of course.
I got that eczema.
Yeah.
But let's actually properly introduce ourselves to the 10 people that are listening right now.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Who are you, Rachel?
Well, that's a tough question there, lady. But, you know, I'm just a little lady here to dingle with everyone. I'm excited, though. I feel like I'm a happy person. I have a positive outlook on life for the most part, you know. But there's a couple dingles that I wouldn't dongle, if you know what I'm trying to say. There's a few people out there. There's a few things. Can't stand them. Jay Leno being one of them. I'm looking at you, Jay Leno. Yeah, I'm crossing that bridge.
I'm glad. We're going to cross a lot of boundaries. Physical ones.
Emotional ones.
Mental, state boundaries maybe on occasion.
Yeah,
if
hopefully.
we get our van to work.
Yeah.
So you've told me a little bit about what you hate. Now, what do you love?
That siren. I love ambulances. I love EMTs, first responders, for sure. I love essential workers, actually.
Yeah. EMT, is that like DMT?
Yeah, I think so. No,
Yeah.
it's DNC. That's the band, actually.
Okay.
Wait, Democratic National Convention.
I think they're all the same thing. I think they all might be synonymous with one another.
I think so, too.
Well, on my front,
Yeah.
I'm a lover. I'm a fighter.
Yeah.
I'm a midnight rider. I get my loving on the run. I don't think those were the lyrics in the correct order, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What do I love? I love morbidly obese pets, really chunky chihuahuas.
Yeah.
I love eating burritos in my car alone. The Taco Bell parking
breakfast
lot.
and Mexican food ones? Wait. Are they all Mexican food? Is this racist?
I don't think I have an answer to that question. I'm talking regular burritos, regular Mexican style.
Yeah.
Alone in the Taco Bell parking lot. Lady walks by me. She knows what I'm doing. But that doesn't stop me from shoveling that goodness in my mouth.
Yeah. Get a little bean spillage sometimes. Happens
Yeah.
to the best of us.
That's the best part. And then you take your little napkin. You pick up those beans and you save it for a snack for later.
Yeah, exactly.
Little midnight nibbles. Now that we've gotten those introductions out of the way, we have a sponsor
Yeah.
for this first episode.
Yeah, it's kind of a flex.
Yeah.
I know, like, we're kind of popping off. First episode, we already have a sponsor.
We have connections in this industry.
Yeah.
And so our sponsor is, can you believe it, the corpse of Osama bin Laden.
Yeah,
That's
we're
right.
really excited by this. Turban and everything is
We
included.
went fishing in the Persian Gulf or wherever it is that they dumped him. We got
Yeah.
ourselves a big net, and we were patient. We waited. And then he resurfaced.
Good things come for those who wait, you know?
Yeah. It was great because most of the water just exited the bullet wound in his
Yeah.
head. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Easy drainage.
JFK. This
Yeah.
must have been what it was like.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. Don't know what he's doing now.
Yeah, I wonder what he's up to. Haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah. He had that like big thing in 2001 and then he kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Sad. Anyway, this next segment is...
Now that we're done with the terrorism,
Yeah,
I think it's important we get
now
into...
that the NSA and whoever is listening in on this is fully suspicious of our activities,
Yeah.
I'd like to ask you a question, Rachel. Who is your arch-nemesis, and how would you choose to fight them?
Wow. That's a good question. I think I'm going to have to say Keith Urban. Because his haircut bothers me to to a level that I don't even know that words can express.
And where would you fight them, location-wise?
Oh, definitely an Outback Steakhouse to rub it in his little Australian face, you know? And because I could get one of those bloomin' onions, I break off one of those onion fingers, sharpen it a little. I keep a sharpener with me, but like a pencil sharpener, one of those handheld pencil sharpeners. Give it a couple twists, put that spike right in his little eyeball, give him a little haircut, give him a little makeover. No.
Okay. See, what I thought initially was that the rage would be because he is Australian, but also a country singer.
Yeah.
Which is infuriating to me because I don't think that should be allowed.
Yeah, it kind of seems like an oxymoron to me. Like, I know, okay, Australia, you have, like, outback stuff, like the actual desert. You have kangaroos. Okay, you're rubbing it in my face right now? What's up with that?
I felt, when I found out that Keith Urban was Australian, it was like when I found out that Drake was Canadian.
Betrayal.
Betrayed.
The ultimate betrayal.
Offended. How is this allowed?
Literally, I thought that album cover... That thing is in Toronto. I thought that was the Seattle Super Needle, whatever. What is that thing called?
Yes, the needle, spine.
Spinal Tap? Is that Seattle Spinal Tap?
We're very well informed. I know what you're talking about.
I'm well traveled, so.
But that was too late in his career at that point. He'd already established himself.
Yeah.
And then it smacked me in the face when people were talking about Degrassi. You ever see that scene where he gets shot?
Oh, every night I watch that.
Incredible. It is so beautiful. I don't have any of the context behind this scene. I think it's some kid got bullied. He had long hair. Someone dumped eggs on him or something, and then he took like a weapon out of his locker. And then Jimmy, Drake's character, is dressed in the most fashionable of early 2000s garb, which is just a T-shirt that's like the length of an actual ballroom gown.
Yeah.
And he gets shot at slow motion. The orchestra music is playing in the background. And then he's in a wheelchair. And then he's wheelchair bound for like 5 episodes. And then he's not again. Because they were like, you test better when you can walk.
Yeah.
That's what the focus group said. This is also like the Wiggles, who are Australian.
Yes.
And Lazytown being Icelandic.
Yes. That's wild. The Flippy guy, you're talking about Flippy? What's his name?
Sporticus.
That's right.
I was always suspicious of their faint accents. I was like, sounds vaguely European.
Yeah.
But like a country that teaches English well to their students.
Yeah.
And I was like, what could it be? And then
Reykjavik.
Little land of ice. What annoyed me most is it was just basically like healthy food and exercise propaganda, but masquerading as like a children's show.
And they threw in like a couple puppets just to like offset the whole thing.
Yeah.
I like too that the one like black puppet had like those orange rectangles for hair. Like every other character had like normal hair, and that guy had like orange rectangles. It's like because
he was just a little bit too different, and they needed to remind him of that.
Yeah.
I have an odd connection to the Wiggles. Very sentimental story, because when I first moved to this country, shout out immigrant status, not anymore though. The first thing I ever watched when I came to like the apartment that we were staying at for the first few weeks was like 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I went into the kitchen. I got a wine glass and I poured myself some whole milk.
Whole milk,
because I was fancy like that.
Yeah.
And also I was not aware that I was like very lactose intolerant. So I sat on the lazy boy and I turned on the TV and it was a Wiggles rerun. And I had, mind you, at the time back in Ethiopia, the only shows I'd ever watched were Oprah reruns, Home Alone 2, just Home Alone 2, not the first one.
Yeah, just the second one.
I think, and like mobster movies for some odd reason. So that was, and Barney. That was my entire understanding of like American culture.
I mean, you got the best that we have to offer.
That's all I need, really. And so I saw the Wiggles for the first time, and I remember thinking like, this is my new life in this
fruit
new
salad,
country.
yummy, yummy.
I don't think it was that episode. And then a single tear dropped from my eye and into my wine glass. And I was like, it's a garnish.
True.
And I slurped
it's
it up.
a little like rim stuff on the glass.
Yeah.
I've been into a bar before. I know that they do things to drinks.
We know drinks. We know liquor. I'm kidding if my parents are... We don't know that.
Mom, I don't know anything.
So you did Keith Urban, Blooming Onion, Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Now, personally, for me, it's an even split. My choice would be to fight Elon Musk with a sword in a Denny's parking lot.
Yes. Iconic.
Made a whole video about that that's coming out pretty soon. Don't know when that's going to post because I don't know how to schedule anything. But Elon Musk, Denny's parking lot with a sword. It would have to be like one of those custom-made weeaboo swords.
Oh, yes.
As well. Because he'd have one himself.
He has like a Tesla-branded one that like charges.
Absolutely. You know that he wouldn't show up until I mentioned the swords, and then he'd be like, I'm in.
Yeah.
And I would want, preferably, my dream scenario is that both Grimes and his discount like coupon named son are both watching. Because I want the kid to witness his father like this.
Yes.
But Grimes, on the other hand,
she'd sing you a little song.
I'd want her to sing like her. I've heard one Grimes song, and she has that sort of voice that's like, I know when to
Yeah.
It's like she's in the room. That's her voice.
Oh my god, she just came onto the mic. I can't believe we got Grimes on our first episode. That's crazy.
I would want her to resonate me with her sweet, almost like Bjork style.
Yeah.
Vocals. But the thing is, Grimes, as much as I do not like Elon Musk because he is real life Iron Man, but not as cool. He's not as much of a Chad.
Also not as hot. Hey, Robert Downey Jr.
I'd 5'7". I'll take that. I'll take that little man.
I'll take those odds.
So, I do not like Elon Musk for various reasons.
Yeah.
Half of them are only valid, by the way.
Yeah.
But Grimes, I have never resonated more with a person than Grimes during her What I Eat in a Day video on Harper's Bazaar.
Oh, tell me more.
Because it's essentially like, she talked about how she nearly got scurvy and her hair was falling out due to malnourishment because she ate nothing but like spaghetti and sauce for 2 years on tour. Now that's relatability.
Yeah.
That right there is relatability.
She only chugs those Chef Boyardee cans. Her life is the commercial where it's rolling after her.
Yeah, it's her only source of nutrients. I think she just straight IVs it into her body.
They blend up those little fake hot dog chunks that are in there.
Yeah. So not Elon Musk, Grimes, her resonated with more than anything. Another person I resonated with wholeheartedly, Charlie Sheen, on that one like ABC interview after he went on like a cracked out bender and he was like, I'm on a drug and it's called Charlie Sheen. And he mentioned like tiger blood energy. I unironically love Charlie Sheen, mainly because he called his wife the N-word, which is messed up until you realize that his wife was Denise Richards, who is arguably the whitest woman on earth. Yeah. And I just think that him calling her the N-word with the hard ER at the end, knowing full well she was like the face of the Aryan race, is funny to me. And I can say that because I'm black.
You guys don't know what race I am. I can say that.
I could. You saw the logo. You saw the brown tint and the curly hair. I could be anything. And that's our next segment, is me just saying slurs and none of you guys knowing if it's inappropriate or not.
Yeah, take that, world.
So that would be my first person, Elon Musk.
Do you have other enemies on this list?
I have many enemies, but I will mention one more person because these are my top two.
Oh,
the second person would be Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, naturally.
She is like the embodiment of people who were born into a bubble of like wealth. And also she was born and raised in California, which I don't trust, because rich people from LA are a different breed than rich people from anywhere else, because because not only were they raised rich, they never experienced a harsh winter.
Yes, they've never seen snow.
They've never known what it was like to go outside and have the wind assault you and just feel like Mother Nature screaming at you like, you're nothing to me. Yeah. And at least rich people from New York City have that.
True. They've never had to do the little Michael Jackson walk when a wind gust hits you. Yep. As you're walking, you got to pull out my little bedazzled glove, get my little nose on.
To hide your vitiligo. Yeah. Shout out to Michael Jackson's nose. Please sponsor us.
Yeah, hopefully they sponsor our next episode.
If you're out there. Remember Goop?
Yes, Goop. The candles. Her vagina candle.
Let me just tell you something. I remember when she had those like Fabergé eggs for your hoo-ha. Yeah. And I was so pissed out. I was so pissed off, not pissed out.
You did what? No.
No, I can't do that. I haven't mastered that skill yet. I was so pissed off because I went online and I was like, I am going to recreate the scene in Aliens where there was that giant like alien egg colony, but with her Fabergé eggs, and they were sold out.
Dang.
And I thought, I can't live out my dream.
It's over. Why keep going anymore?
Also, I'm saying this because if, Paltrow and Musk happen to be listening, I'm joking. I love you. Hire me.
Yeah. Please give me an internship.
Yeah, I can do PR for you guys. So, those are my two people.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you agreed with me.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're not allowed to disagree with me, actually. That was
that's part of the contract, right? It's part of the deal.
Yeah. Technically not legally binding, because the guy I talked to, I don't think he has a law degree.
Is it Rudy Giuliani? Is that your lawyer?
No. I tried to contact him, but he blocked me. But this guy was wearing a suit, and I feel like that's close enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the same thing. Law school, owns a nice suit.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those like men's warehouse, it's not a J. Crew.
Yeah, it didn't really fit him well, and you're like, did you steal that?
Yeah.
So that segment is now over, and we're going to move into news. Because we're cultured women.
Yeah, women can know current events.
We know things.
Come on, we're breaking the glass ceiling.
Call us Greek yogurt. We're so damn cultured.
Shout out to Jamie Lee Curtis, Jane Lynch. Who's in those commercials?
Jamie Lee Curtis. You're thinking of Activia.
Those
are like for your digestive movements, where she lays on a couch and she's like, do you not poop enough? And I'm like, yes.
Exactly.
Thank you, Jamie. All right, so in news, this is not very current, but it happened this month, the inauguration, baby.
That was exciting. When they were like, Joe Biden and Kamala, racism's over now.
I shed a tear, mainly because I was kind of constipated, and I was watching it on my phone in the bathroom. But let's just say this. I think that racism, of course, is now over. We know this.
Yeah.
But sexism, on the other hand, I don't think that's going to be over until there's a female president and she pegs her husband in the Oval Office.
Yeah, it's like that Black Mirror episode, but instead of doing it with the pig, she pegs her husband.
Yeah, and he has to be like bent over the desk. She's looking out. Yeah. She's looking out into the garden or whatever it is.
Yeah, and Bill Clinton has to be in the corner giving a little thumbs up.
He's giving a thumbs up. That perv. He'd do it.
Yeah.
He suggested it.
Yeah.
That is, and then that's truly when misogyny will be over.
Yeah.
No lube either.
Oh, naturally.
What else was there? There was Bernie Sanders, as we all know and love, sitting with his little
mittens,
his little gloves, in that pose where he looked like he was about to spill some tea.
Yeah. Wearing his coat, his trusty coat.
Was that true? I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't watch the inauguration. I watched highlights of it.
Yeah.
I saw the outfits they were wearing, where Michelle Obama looked like a futuristic, like, dictator. I loved it.
Yeah.
So, some personal news. Still related to the U.S. government.
Yeah.
However,
This is exciting.
I became a citizen.
Woo! USA! USA! Do people do that now to you?
I think no. I mean, I think people do that in general at, like, sporting events or, like, during trial. I don't know. But
the
I
Menendez brothers trial. USA! USA!
They were kind of cute. I'll admit it.
I mean, true. Are we those Ted Bundy girls?
No. That's different, because the Menendez brothers were actually abused. I looked it up.
True. They have some justification at least.
They're like I don't know, who's an equivalent?
Casey Anthony.
No. She did that.
Yeah.
She really was like it's like you ever see O.J. Simpson and you're like, I want that, but like white and female. And Casey Anthony was like,
got it.
Hello, ladies. I'm here. Do you know that she's releasing a new book?
She has a book.
No, I just made that up. Oh. I just wanted to see a reaction. Wouldn't it be hilarious? O.J. Simpson has a book. Really? I think it's titled like If I Did It.
What?
I'm dead serious.
What? That's funny.
That is.
He just explains the crime exactly.
And he kept, in an interview, he kept saying, like, if I had killed them, like, hypothetically, blah, blah, and I think he meant to say allegedly, But he kept saying hypothetically. And he kept smiling the entire
Like, I would
time.
have left a glove there.
Yeah.
Tee-hee.
He would have been like, I would have left an autographed football,
Yeah.
something to like up my merch sales.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did become a citizen.
That's really exciting. For the test, do you, like, you pet an eagle? You French kiss an eagle? Is that?
That was the 2008 version.
Right, they updated it. Now
Yeah.
it's the smash or pass with the
Yes.
historical figures.
So here's I was prepared for the eagle smooching.
Yeah.
Got my chapstick on and everything because I was informed incorrectly to study for the wrong version of the test. And then I got there and I was like, all right, where's the bird?
Yeah, you're like,
where's the
do
big
I
boy?
do I still have to parallel park or? Is
Yeah,
this-
and they're like, don't worry about it.
yeah.
So I got there, and she's like, oh, that's not the right version of the test. And then she pulled out a bunch of images, and it was just, like, American icons.
Yeah.
And she was like, smash or pass, and there are wrong answers. And I mustered every single ounce of, like, patriotism that I could muster. And she held up Henry Ford, and I was like, smash.
Of course.
Of course.
The assembly line. I'd like him to assemble my line, if you know what I'm saying.
Rachel, this is a children's show. I said, obviously, smash, which I don't think he would like me because, well, black. But but I was like, you know what? I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I'll toss him one. And then there was obviously classics. There was JFK. There was FDR. All the other initials.
Yeah, and it was FDR pre and post wheelchair. Is that correct? Okay.
Which the correct answer obviously is pass for pre and then smash for post.
Of course, of course.
Because I like to be able to wheel them around.
I really like to ride it. You know what I'm saying? So, got him.
Hot Wheels, baby. So that was basically the test. And then they made me take a little blood oath to capitalism.
And then the urine sample, right?
Which I don't think was necessary because it didn't seem official. Like, she had her own cup, and I was like, doesn't there need to be, like, a lid on that? And she's like, don't ask
It's
any
like
questions.
a hydro flask she
Yeah.
hands you. Yeah.
Yeah. And she was like, no, don't go to the bathroom. Like, do it here. Pop a squat. And I was like, this is what it takes.
Yeah.
So I got my test that morning, and then she was like, we're doing a ceremony later today, so you can just show up. And I said, sweet. So I went, got a breakfast sandwich, ate it in the car.
What kind of breakfast sandwich? This is important.
This was Starbucks. There was nothing nearby.
Okay, flex.
Normally, Starbucks, it's like, just do coffee.
Yeah.
Their hubris knows no bounds.
I saw they're trying to sell albums now. They have like granola bars. They have boxed milk.
They have the hardest gum you have ever chewed.
Yeah.
Like right next to the Madelines. And I'm like, pick a lane.
Pick a lane.
So I went to Starbucks, got a bottled water because I wanted to get a regular water, but my father was super paranoid about COVID. And he was like, no, get something bottled. And so I was
Like an
all right.
American.
Yeah, I was like, that's right. You gotta up your
Yeah.
carbon footprint now.
Yeah.
So I did that, ate my little sandwich, and then went into the room, 6 feet apart from everybody, masks on. They make you read out your allegiance to the country, basically. It's very odd. But then they were like, all right, here's your certificate with the worst photo of me in existence. Yeah, and then the lady next to me who, I don't know, she was like somewhere from the Caribbean. She was almost crying, and she was like, thank God. I'm so happy. And I was like, damn, I gotta go. And that was it. Isn't that a beautiful story that
That's
I can...
beautiful. That's the
tell my
American
children?
dream right
Yeah.
there.
That's right, baby.
I'm proud to be an American. Now you have to listen to country music. You have to buy a gun.
Yeah, I know.
You have to storm the Capitol.
They gave me that little packet.
Yeah.
Gave me a letter from the president,
Yeah.
which, he wrote himself.
Yeah.
Because I could tell because it was in crayon.
Yeah, I just said that. It was an audio message.
Interesting. Wrong president. This was 5 days before Biden was inaugurated.
Oh, wow.
So it was still Donald Trump.
You got a Trump letter.
Yep, had his little signature on, red crayon. All the R's were backwards.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just getting teared up.
It's really
emotional. The letter was like, "Hello, immigrant."
Hello, brown person.
Right. You are now officially part of our great uncucked nation. Hope you didn't jump a border. And I'm like, you don't know that. Oh, also, forgot to mention, during the exam, after the smash or pass, which is like the most important portion, they ask you a series of questions that range from like, would you be willing to take up arms to serve the United States? Oh. And I'd be like, how do they ask? Like, depends. Yeah. And then it goes on to be like, have you ever recruited child soldiers?
Oh.
Which,
of course.
You got me. Like, I was in college. I was crazy back then. So
I tried it once. It was just like a one-time thing in college. It's
right?
Like everyone tries it once. Okay?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I have small hands, and I was able to hold an AK-47. I was like, a 12-year-old can do that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's like the Hunger Games.
They're smaller. Yeah. You gotta give them less rations.
Yeah.
They're more grateful. They cry a lot more at night, but, you know, you just get, like, a soundproof room, and then
yeah,
that's okay.
Some earplugs.
Yeah.
Make
and then
work.
I told that to the woman, and she was like, that's not funny. And I'm like, well, all right. See you later then. So that was the extent. There's more stuff. There's more like genocide things.
Oh.
Like, you've been involved in a genocide, and I'm like, all right, what is this? Like, you know the answer.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Those are the sort of riveting questions you get asked when you want to be a citizen. For anyone watching who might be involved in the U.S. government, I am kidding. Please don't revoke my citizenship.
For legal purposes, this is a joke.
If this is played against me in court, all of these are little jokes, just for giggles. But
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
My hand is held up.
Yeah. I'm on Scout's honor.
I'm glad. I'm happy. You know, I make fun of this country a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm actually quite patriotic.
Yeah. It's only because I love it so much. I only make fun of the things that I love, you know?
It's just like the people who work at the drive-thru at Wendy's. The only reason I yell at you is because I want you to be better.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at this country.
Yeah.
So that was my news. What about you? I heard you went into D.C.
Yeah, which was scary because...
What date, by the way? Was,
the insurrection.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just making sure. I just wanted to know that we were on the same page.
I was the guy wearing the horns, actually. No, I was the little lady with the flag and her mask down. Did you see her? I want to be her. Yeah, yes. I mean, that picture of me everyone was sharing. I want to be her so bad. She is everything that I want to be in the world. She just looks so blank, so empty.
Beautiful.
Like, I want to live in a world where I don't have thoughts. I just experience life for all that it offers to me, you know?
I think there's a poetic beauty to just looking into someone's brain and just sort of seeing like a vacancy flashing neon light.
Like those motel signs.
Right? It's like the peace.
Yeah.
What are they? They're not worried about nuclear war or economic warfare.
Of course not.
No, they're just thinking about like, I can boil macaroni later tonight and eat dinner.
I literally did that earlier today.
I'm jealous.
I think you're becoming a citizen. I'm just becoming empty inside. But I think I
Isn't
kind
that
of
synonymous?
love that. Yes.
That's nice. What else did you do in D.C. besides crimes?
I kissed some people in the National Guard, which is really fun. I jumped
God.
over the little fence, and they were like, "Ma'am, you can't." Oh, hey.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
You lowered your mask.
Yeah,
and
and
then they
said,
lowered theirs.
Hey, boys. I said, "Thank you for your service. Can I give you a service?"
Ooh.
And they said, "Are you a child?" They said, "How old are you?"
Then you were like, "Would a child have this?" And you took out your Hannah Montana license.
Yeah, exactly. My little Wiggles dolls that I have.
And then they're like, "Oh my gosh, she's legal."
Yeah, thank God.
And they lined up like a little kissing booth.
Yeah. Yeah, I gave each one of them a little smooch on the cheek, and then they said, all right, ma'am, now you're in the military. And that's how they get you. The draft people, that's how they get you.
Conscription works that way. I think that was how it worked during the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Speaking of kissing, kissing booths, are they not, like, repugnant? Are they not the weirdest concept?
Yes. I mean, if asked, I would be the person that gets the kiss. Yeah.
Okay.
If asked, but they do seem a little crazy.
It is a little, like, free mono. Come and get it.
Yeah.
Very odd. I've never seen... It's not akin to prostitution, but it is bordering on,
it's like one step removed.
Yeah. It's like selling a part of yourself. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Ooh. Fundraisers? Kissing booth fundraisers? That's so odd.
Yeah, it's like one of those like high school class council fundraisers. It's
and
like a
it's
kissing
children?
Yeah.
It's so disturbing. There's so many little elements of our culture that are, on second glance, like very predatory. Like child beauty pageants.
True. Honey Boo Boo. Remember her? What happened to her?
I think she just grew up. Like, like time and gravity affected her. And then her mom got arrested for meth.
Oh.
And then she lost a bunch of weight. So good for them.
Shout out to meth.
Yeah.
The best diet pill out there.
I'm just saying right now, you want to drop weight like that?
Try meth.
Yeah.
This episode is also sponsored by meth.
Joking. No, they wouldn't call us back. We're not good enough for them.
Yeah, we haven't reached meth levels yet. We're still at heroin right now.
I would say
maybe we're at bath salts, but like only a teensy.
I would say anything, like needles I'm not a fan of. Anything you can do with a spoon.
Yeah. A little spoon and a lighter. I know how the drugs work.
We know. We understand. We've I was going to say we sold them, but I feel like we're trapping ourselves. We have not. I've witnessed it. I've seen documentaries on the crack epidemic, and I see those women bending the spoon. And they put the little rocks. We understand how this works. Yeah.
We're experts, actually. Yeah.
So, we got kissing boots, nasty. Child beauty pageants, as a concept, it's like children are interchangeable physically. Yeah. How do they even tell the difference between them? True. It's like there's baby beauty pageants, which is the equivalent.
All babies are ugly, also, so it's just a lie.
All babies. This is controversial yet true. Every baby when they are born,
disgusting.
Little raisinettes. Repugnant. Yes. You might love them because it's your child, and you just squeeze them out of you, and you want to feel like, you want to feel like the process was dignified or something. But I've seen, then when they have the baby out, like freshly born, and they're like, it looks just like you. If you say that to me after I give birth to my child, I'm kicking you out. It is. It's the cruelest thing.
I'm sucking that thing back up.
Yep. That's what I did actually when I was a baby.
Really?
Yeah. I came out, scoped around. I was like, I don't like this. So I went back in. So I had a 10-month gestation period. Medical mystery.
That's exciting, though.
I made it into a textbook. Page 157. Yeah.
McGraw-Hill.
Yeah, not to brag or anything, but that was my claim to fame. So yeah, babies.
We hate them.
Yeah. If you're a baby and you're listening to this right now, go back to listening to Baby Shark, you little... I don't have an insult for babies because they don't get offended by anything.
I feel like babies are just like a ball of heat that pees and poops.
Yeah. They splatter. I don't mind. Here's the thing. I don't mind children. Yeah. After they can, like, go to the bathroom by themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Then it's like, okay, now you're like a person. Yeah. Before that, what are you doing? You're a rolling ball of skin and organs? No thanks.
And not even like us, because at least you can have a conversation with us, It won't be like an informed one, but you can talk to us. Yeah. But babies, what is like a baby beauty pageant? It's the equivalent of like putting a bow on a ham or something. It's just a sack of meat that you dressed up. Mm-hmm. It's sad.
And not even like a good Christmas ham. Like those ham steaks, those fake ham things.
If anything, it's more like a like a plastic bag just filled with loose lunch meat.
Yeah.
Like if Arby's was like, we got a deal on meats.
Yeah.
And
Got some spare meats for you.
And they're like,
throw
bring your
'em
own
out.
bag, and then you catch them.
It's like the 7-Eleven day where you could bring your own container for the Slurpee, but Arby's has it for the meats.
They need to do that because as a business model, you know people would show up.
Oh, of course.
People would show
of
up. There is
course.
nothing that I believe in more than the depravity of human beings. And if there was a free meat sale, I'd show up. I don't even eat Arby's meats, but I'd do it just for the experience, you know.
Yeah. All the vegetarians are like, it's free, but I'm gonna have to do it.
Yeah, and also it's like, what meats could it even be comprised of? Like horse?
Definitely.
No, that's Taco Bell. Yeah. So now that we got insulting babies out of the way,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this: babies 4 years old to like right before they hit puberty. I think that's the sweet spot.
Yeah.
I sound like a predator. I meant that in like, I meant like I think children at that age are they're in the perfect situation because they can speak. Mm-hmm. They're self-reliant enough where you don't have to constantly like pick them up and tell them you love them or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're not hormonal like teenagers
Yes.
are.
Yeah, they don't hate you yet.
Yeah.
They still love you. They appreciate you. They eat their little dino nuggets in peace, you know.
They have a little coloring book.
Yeah.
I can speak to them, and they think that my voice is comforting but odd, which I've heard many times.
Yeah.
I get asked that. I was like, they're like, why do you talk like that? And I'm like, why do you have a crayon up your nose? Stop asking me questions.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's if you're over 12 years old, sorry. It doesn't get better.
Yeah.
It just gets exponentially
It only goes
worse.
downhill from here.
That's true. You look, is your life better now compared to when you were 12?
Definitely not. 6th grade was fun. I mean, you got a locker. The gym class thing was a little awkward, changing for gym, but like, I got stuffed in a locker once. It was fun. Like, I had a good time.
Wait a
Okay.
minute. You were bullied? Or was this a one-time occasion?
It was like a one time because it was like, whoa, guys, think I can fit into a locker? Like I said it, and then they were like, let's see, and they like shoved me into it and locked it, and then the gym teacher was like, all right, change time's up, and they left me in there, and I was like banging, and then like someone like they left, and then they like quickly came back, but then I had to run the pacer, so it wasn't even worth it. I should have just stayed in the locker.
Then you could have had a sob story.
Yeah, the fitness gram pacer.
That's
my ringtone, actually.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
Mine is just like various moaning noises
Yeah.
that I record because I speak in my sleep. So I was like, let me get one of those apps that records you when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of farts.
Those are fun, though.
Yeah, those are great. Which leads me into my final talking point about farting.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Oh, huge fan. Feels so good. Smells good sometimes, too. I said it.
And I agree with you.
Yeah. It's no Gwyneth Paltrow goop candle smell.
Yeah,
but
of course.
It
Nothing.
comes close.
Nothing can compete. What do you think that scent would even be like?
I feel like fish and metal. From my personal experience, I
Okay.
think it's fishy with like a dash of metal. Just
Alright.
generic metal.
I think you need to get checked out. But
Yeah.
for me personally, when I think of Gwyneth Paltrow and I think what would be the scent of her Lady Garden, I would be like lilac and privilege. Those are the only two
Yeah.
things that come up to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we don't have to. We don't.
We don't have
The
to-
candle doesn't come for another week, so
Yeah. We'll have to keep everyone updated on that.
yeah. But farting, 100%.
Huge fan.
Love it. The louder toots, the ones
The flappy
where,
ones.
the ones where
The
you,
little ripple.
yeah, the ones that are like musical, where you're like, ooh.
Yeah, harmonizing with myself. Hey.
I love it so much. I think that we need to be on good terms with our orifices. They do so much for us.
That's true.
And what do they get in return?
Maybe a finger every now and then, but nothing usually.
Okay, a single finger. Get out of here. That's small beans.
Yeah.
I would say on a list of the most pleasurable activities,
Yeah,
farting and pooping 100% would be like
for sure.
my top 4.
Yeah, exactly. And like, especially not, and I think it's important to note the distinct difference between a diarrhea and a regular poop. Because a diarrhea is not good at all, but a regular poop, so good.
It is, especially if think about this one, a diarrhea that's not painful. The one that doesn't burn, it just feels like you're peeing out of the hole. And then afterwards you're like, whoa, am I sick? What happened to my body? But you feel so cleansed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then you wipe and there's nothing there.
Next level. Ghost wipe, that's the best.
Oh my goodness. Do you examine yours afterwards? Like, you take a look in the bowl?
Oh, every time.
You gotta see.
It's like when I look at like clouds, I like try to make a little shape out of it, you know?
It's like abstract art.
Yeah. I take a picture of every one.
Is that what's on your wall?
Yeah.
Were those the figures? I wasn't gonna ask.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like abstract art.
Yeah, it's just like a way I express myself, you know?
I would consider, if you are feeling like you're about to have diarrhea, just making sort of a fecal Jackson Pollock.
Yeah.
You get a giant board.
Yeah, I put a canvas like in the toilet seat and I just go
and then
right
you just
on
splatter.
It. Yeah.
And then people are like, is that a Pollock? And you're like,
it's something
sure.
like that. Yeah.
Let's say that it is.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of farting, there was a single TikTok that I saw of a man recording himself. His boss is berating him, and his boss is like, we have gotten so many complaints about you farting in front of the customer. And then the man, like, farts while his boss is berating him, and he, like, loses his mind.
That's funny.
And I support that man. 100%. I think there's a stigma against farting, which is not fair.
True.
I feel like we should be able to let it rip. Anywhere and everywhere.
I agree.
This is the hill that I'm going to die on.
Yeah, nature's air fresheners are in our bodies right now.
We should not be ashamed.
Exactly.
And that's how I want to end this. On that note.
This is a PSA, actually.
Yeah. Support farters' rights.
Yeah.
This is the next movement, the next step in the progressive movement.
Yeah. Green New Deal, but green, they mean the little fart cloud, you know, like in a cartoon.
Like in a cartoon.
Yeah.
But not cow farts because they produce methane.
True. We like the environment here.
Yeah. Think about that the next time you see those Chick-fil-A cows.
Yeah.
They're killing us. Also, they're backstabbers because they throw chickens under the bus.
True.
And I'm like, there's no loyalty here.
Yeah.
No loyalty in the animal kingdom. It disgusts me. Anyway, that's all I have to say on that.
Yeah.
This was a fun episode.
Yeah, we got some interesting stuff happening. Shout out again, Osama bin Laden. We really appreciate so much. The sponsorship.
These mics are great.
Yeah. The ISIS, you know, they donated all their old video equipment to us, so we're really grateful for
some
that.
Good stuff.
Yeah, like surprisingly good.
Yeah. We raided their little closets. A lot of Axe body spray. Empty cans of Axe body spray.
Yeah. That was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
Of all the things they've done, that might be
I thought they would have moved beyond the tastes of like middle school boys, but
guess not.
Apparently not. And maybe that's why they failed. So
take that, ISIS.
Yeah. That's
we're
what
patriots
you get.
Here.
Yeah. That's what they get.
Yeah.
Have they ever considered not being terrorists? Like, just an idea.
Have you guys ever tried kindness?
Yeah. It's Yalla really Habibi, my brothers and sisters. Salam alaikum.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. I picked up some Arabic playing Call of Duty. the imperialist war fantasy.
Yeah. So,
that's about it.
Yeah.
That's all I got on that. Squeeze that joke to death.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys next time.
Bye. The Boredroom with Sara and Rachel is a production of Rails Comedy Network.
The Boredroom is produced by Walker Green and edited by Rachel Nicewander.
Stephen Duranske is our graphic designer, and our theme music is by Doug Maxwell and Media Right Productions.
You can follow us on Instagram at Boredroom Podcast.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe to The Boredroom on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Like, comment, rate, and review. Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. Solicit us. We'll take anything.